Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest.
We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it?
He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
Happy Father's Day. Sorry about that. Peace and blessings, man. Glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Shout outs to all the parents out there, man, doing their thing. I hope if you're out on the road, be safe. If you're in the comfort of your home, enjoy your loved ones. Embrace the love. Embrace the time, and embrace family, friends. Everything else can wait. Let time slow down just for a moment and take this opportunity to really enthrall yourself into your household. Life is just like that. I want to say thank you for pulling up. What I want to talk about here, I know a lot of people are familiar with it. I wasn't. This is new information to me. But that just lets me know further that there's a lot of wisdom and knowledge out here that gets wasted and falls to the wayside because we are prioritizing things that aren't really important and they don't really mean anything at all. Just a bunch of distractions. Shout outs to my poets, my writers, my content creators. You know who you are. We are about to head into a brand new week. And before I play this clip and I share my thoughts on it, just know today is a day of celebration. Today is a day to be grateful, to be humble, a day to find clarity, peace, break free from anything that might be weighing you down or restricting you from being the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was scrolling social media when I came across this. And when I saw the video, I had no idea that this was a real thing. So I did a little internet search, and it was actually a part in time where this actually happened. Now, to my surprise, I haven't seen not a single African American man or woman bring this in a conversation. Maybe it's just my circle, or I'm just poorly curating my social media platforms. So this doesn't really show up on my screen as much. But for whatever reason or another, it is here. I can't unsee it. I can't unhear it. And by the end of it, when this video is done, when you've watched and you've got a chance to hear what is said, hopefully you will be a little more curious and do a little more digging yourself. We've had this conversation before. I don't think we've really had it on a large enough scale. I need to sit down and get a couple of my people on stream one day and actually discuss this. Reparations for black men, black women. Honestly, no bullshit. It's been brought up before in conversations. I know there have been times where they were hinting at possibly doing it, and then that just kind of got blown out the water. I haven't heard anybody really bring it up anymore, but I really think we need to have a conversation about it now. After this video, yeah, we need to have a conversation about it. So, I don't know. This weekend coming up, Lord willing, or this week, doesn't really make a difference. We're going to talk about it. And this is why I want to have the conversation. Because what was said here within this video, let me bring this on the screen real quick. It's not a very long video, but it's self-explanatory to the people who are actually watching or will eventually watch this in the future. Remove me out of it. This is a message. This is a message to me. This is a message to you. This is a message to your loved ones. This is a message to anyone who actually cares about the injustices that we've suffered over a quarter century, the unfairness, the things that has been allowed to get swept under the rug while everybody else gets to reap the benefits of our sweat, tears, and pain and blood. I ain't gonna lie, this angered me a little bit. Actually, it angered me a lot. So what I want to do, let me see here. I would like to enlarge this, if I can possibly enlarge this screen. Let me see. I want to make sure that you can see this. because I'm a little heated. I'm not gonna lie. I think what I'm gonna have to do is bring this back. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. Let's bring this over here. All right, that's better. I want to make sure you got a full screen so you can see the comments, that you can listen and see the brother that is speaking. I want you to put your listening ears on and let's have a discussion on it. Do me a solid, repost, share it, let the people know that we are live. This is for everybody. This is a history lesson. Like I said, I'm looking at this. This is an old post. I bookmarked it specifically because I didn't know that this was public information this long. And I feel dumb for not knowing about this sooner. But I'm grateful that I stumbled upon it when I did. Let's go ahead and jump into this clip.
Just might piss you off a little bit. In 1798, the government invoked something called the Alien Enemies Act, which allowed the president to authorize the arrest, relocation, or deportation of any male over the age of 14 who hailed from a foreign enemy country. And then here's where it gets interesting. In 1988, the government set up a trust fund of $1.25 billion to pay reparations to Japanese Americans for their sufferings from 1798 to 1802. Now, I don't know how good you are at math, but that is 4 years. Those same reparations were not offered to the group of people who suffered from 1619 to 1865. Do you know who those people were? Yeah, us. Japanese Americans received a trust fund of $1.25 billion for 4 years of suffering, while African Americans were told to get over it for over 200 years of slavery. And then it was stated that reparations for African Americans would cripple this country financially. We're already crippled. Paraplegic, if you will. And then I'm still confused because we send billions of dollars to other countries, but we have not given a dime to the people who built this one. Yeah. And then if you're black, this just might piss you off a little bit. In 1798, the government invoked something called the Alien Enemies Act.
Oh, wait. There you have it. Do I need to replay that again? Is that necessary? I think my audio is pretty good. I think yours is pretty good too. I think a lot of us here has spent a significant amount of money on our cellular devices. They paid out over the course of 4 years over $1 billion $1 billion to Japanese, Asian men and women. Over $1 billion. I thought we didn't have the budget. I thought it was impossible to do. What happened here? You don't see a problem? Am I the only one looking at this like it's a red flag? Am I the only one that finds this alarming? We are over trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. You make all these excuses for why you can't spend money in certain areas, but you're throwing a parade for a president that nobody gives a shit about. Donald Trump has spent over $50 million on this. Nobody is there. Nobody is checking for him. That whole parade is empty. It's a ghost town. 50 million you wasted on that bullshit. You sent 50 million to Iran. You sent 50 million to Israel. You're sending all of this money to all of these different places, but you're telling me we can't be compensated for what was done to us, for what we did for this country. Men and women who can no longer walk this earth, they're gone. They're in the hands of the Lord himself. They didn't get to grow up in this modern era. They didn't have the luxuries that we have. They were tormented. They were worked. They were enslaved. They were punished. They were beaten. They were used, controlled, manipulated. You had children with them. You mixed races. You ran us off our countries, out of our countries, out of our lands. You pretty much shafted us for decades. But apparently in 1798, you guys found a way to show your remorse and regret to a race that you also did wrong. But for some reason, you don't know how to make it right with us. You don't have it. You're broke. But you're still spending and spending and spending and spending and forcing us to spend and spend and spend and spend. Someone make that make sense to me, because I don't understand it. I don't see the logic in it. I'm not a historian. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a fact finder. I can't just pull statistics out of my ass at will. But I can tell you one thing: this shit is not right. And more people, especially of this complexion, you should feel some type of way about this. Over $1 billion. All these homeless people, these veterans, you call yourself celebrating and showing respect, but they homeless, they broken, mentally don't have the same sense that they did when they were younger, before they got thrown into Iraq or wherever they went in that hellhole, getting bombed and shot at, losing limbs. They come back to the United States of America. There's nothing for them. No welcome home. No nothing. These black people got to relive the haunting memories driving past plantations that you still have established. You turned them into fucking monuments and pastimes for tourists to go visit. Who the fuck wants to go visit a place where their people were beaten and thrown into the grass in the dirt to do nothing but pick cotton, while you went and fucked one of the slaves inside the house And you had the other ones telling on the other ones when they tried to step out and do something against your bullshit. And you did this shit for years and years and years, and you got us standing on stage like we are fucking toys, bidding over us like we are disposable, like we just don't mean nothing. We're just shit. The anguish, the torment, the torture, the mental strength, the spiritual strength that a lot of men and women had to endure and go through in order to make it out. They didn't have the means that we have, the support we have. They had to find ways to escape and to make life more convenient. They had to find ways to survive in some shit that this was insurmountable against them. And God's grace and His mercy, it kept and covered and comforted them, even though they probably were wondering why the hell they got to watch their loved ones get hung from trees and set on fire and beheaded for years and years and years and years and years. The disdain towards Black people has always been obvious and clear from the second that I was able to see it for myself, and even before reading it in books. Even though you don't give all the information in these history books, you don't talk about this in history books. You're telling me that our life don't mean nothing to you other than we are here to work and serve for you. That's it. Sex, manual labor, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all you see us as, right? The Asian Americans that were here, though, and when you had all of that going on, that was pretty easy for you to find compassion and empathy towards the way you treated them. So when we decide to have a conversation about reparations, it shouldn't be an argument. There shouldn't be no issue with this being considered at all. How is it not? It should be one of the first things that should have been brought up. Donald Trump, you talk about making all this noise and what you're going to do for America, how you love this country, like you're the big bad wolf, and you're going to stand up to all the evil and all the wicked of the world from different countries threatening to do all this harm to the people. You want to intervene with everybody else's life. You want to intervene with these immigrants. You want to send them back over here. You want to change laws, the big, beautiful law. You want to add all this shit. You got all this in you, but when it comes to acknowledging the fact that we were absolutely done completely dirty, you have nothing to say. No words. None. How is this not a conversation? I'm genuinely curious. Genuinely curious. Now, this is what I want to do for the people who decided to take time out and close this Sunday out with me. I want to do a little history research. I just want to talk about it a little bit with y'all, if that's okay. We don't have to go through this whole thing, but for the sake of wanting to know, I thought I'd share some of this. Why not? The whole point is to actually learn something. What's the point of having these conversations if we don't really get anything out of them? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring this up on the screen here. I'm gonna read a little bit of it, share my final thoughts, and then you can do what you will with this information. Sound good? I'm not the brightest bulb in the world, but I'm not an idiot. We've been getting screwed over forever, but I think it's about time we start taking some of this control back. I've had it up to here with getting fucked over. I would like to believe a lot of us have. So I'm going to read some of this here. Not all of it, but if you want to go and do further research for yourself, you can go to the National Archives, my stone documents, Alien and Sedition Acts, 1798. As it reads, passed in preparation for an anticipated war with France, the Alien and Sedition Acts tightened restrictions on foreign-born Americans and limited speech critical of the government. In 1798, the United States stood on the brink of war with France. The Federalist Party, which advocated for a strong central government, believed that Democratic Republican criticism of Federalist policies was disloyal and feared that aliens or non-citizens living in the United States would sympathize with the French during a war. As a result, a Federalist-controlled Congress passed 4 laws known collectively as the Alien and Sedition Acts. These laws raised the residency requirements for citizenship from 5 to 14 years, authorized the president to deport aliens, and permitted their arrest, imprisonment, and deportation during wartime. The Sedition Act made it a crime for American citizens to print, utter, or publish any false, scandalous, and malicious writing about the government. Let's try that again. The laws were directed against Democratic Republicans, the party typically favored by new citizens. The only journalists prosecuted under the Sedition Act were editors of Democratic Republican newspapers. Sedition Act trials, along with the Senate's use of its contempt powers to suppress dissent, set off a firestorm of criticism against the Federalists and contributed to their defeat in the election of 1800, after which the acts were repealed or allowed to expire. The controversy surrounding them, however, provided for some of their first tests of the limits of freedom of speech and press. Now, I want to tackle this transcript that's right here. If you're looking at what I'm looking at in real time, let me go over and go around and highlight what I'm referring to. This portion right here, I will be reading. Note, the Alien and Sedition Acts consist of the following acts: enact, supplementary to, and to amend the act, entitled, I don't know how you pronounce that shit. Don't even quote me on that. An act to establish a uniform rule of naturalization and to repeal the act therefore passed on that subject of June 18th, 1798, Naturalization Act of 1798. An act concerning aliens of June 25th, 1798, Alien Act. An act representing or respecting alien enemies of July 6, 1798, Alien Enemies Act. An act in addition to the act entitled An Act for the Punishment of Certain Crimes Against the United States, July 14th, 1798. A lot to process. And look, this is what I'm doing. Like I said, you can go back and check this out for further reading if you want. I'm not going to go into all of it. I just wanted you to know that what the brother was saying actually was facts. He wasn't lying. It wasn't doctored. This isn't some made up Hollywood social media experiment to rage bait people into race wars. Or this was actually something that transpired. All of it is here for you to read if you want. I'm going to read this last portion here. And this is actually a lot. So I'm going to try my best to give you just enough. I'm going to read through as much of this as I can, share my final thoughts, and then we will proceed. An act concerning aliens, Section 1. This is from the 5th Congress of the United States at the second session. Begun and held at the city of Philadelphia in the state of Pennsylvania on Monday, the 13th of November, 1797. To be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that it shall be lawful for the President of the United States at any given time during the continuance of this act to order all such aliens as he shall judge dangerous to the peace and safety of the United States, or shall have reasonable grounds to suspect or concerned in any treasonable or secret machinations against the government thereof, to depart out of the territory of the United States within such time as shall be expressed in order, which shall be served on such alien by delivering him a copy thereof, or leaving the same at his usual abode, and returned to the office of the Secretary of State by the Marshal or other person whom the same shall be directed, and in case any alien so ordered to depart shall be found at large within the United States after the time limited in such order for his departure, not having obtained a license from the President to reside therein, or having obtained such license, shall not have conformed thereto. Every such alien shall, on conviction thereof, be imprisoned for a term not exceeding 3 years, and shall never after be admitted to become a citizen of the United States, provided always, and be it further enacted, that if any alien so ordered to depart shall prove to the satisfaction of the President by evidence to be taken before such person or persons as the president shall direct, who are for that purpose hereby authorized to administer oaths, that no jury or danger to the United States will arise from suffering such alien to reside therein. The president may grant a license to such alien to remain within the United States for such a time as he shall judge proper, and at such place as he may designate. And the president may also require of such alien to enter into a bond to the United States in such person's sum as he may direct, with one or more sufficient sureties to the satisfaction of the person authorized by the president to take the same condition for good behavior of such alien during his residence in the United States, and not violating his license, which license the president may revoke whenever he shall think proper. This is a lot. I already know this is a lot to take in, man. I know. Like, I would really have to go back and go over this a few more times to really understand the position that a lot of these people were in, because I know it's bigger than what I'm reading, but I gotta get this out. I gotta get this out. So I appreciate you for bearing with me. I'm, like I said, I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm just going to give you this portion here, and then you do with it as you will. You know, to each one, teach one. So I'm at section 2. And be it further enacted that it shall be lawful for the president of the United States, whenever he may deem it necessary for the public safety, to order to be removed out of the territory thereof any alien who mayor shall be in prison in pursuance of this act, and to cause to be arrested and sent out of the United States such of those aliens as shall have been ordered to depart therefrom, shall not have obtained a license as aforesaid, in all cases wherein the opinion of the president, the public safety requires a speedy removal, and if any alien so removed or sent out of the United States by the president shall voluntarily return thereto, unless by permission of the president of the United States, such alien or on conviction thereof shall be in prison so long as in the opinion of the president the public safety may require. Section 3. And be it further enacted that every master or commander of any ship or vessel which shall come into any port of the United States after the 1st day of July next shall immediately on his arrival make report in writing to the collector or other chief officer of the customs of such port of all aliens, if any, on board his vessels, specifying their names, age, the place of nativity, the country from which they shall have come, the nation to which they belong and owe allegiance, their occupation, and a description of their persons as far as he shall be informed thereof, and on failure, every such master and commander shall forfeit and pay $300 for the payment whereof on default of such master or commander such vessel shall be holden, and may be such collector or other officer of customs be detained, and it shall be the duty of such collector or other officer of the customs forthwith to transmit to the office of the Department of State true copies of all such returns. Shit. So what they basically just screwed everybody. Everybody was slaves. Everybody was under some type of thumb. Like, this shit just sounds it's politically written, but the translation for real from this shit is pretty much, if these your slaves, you make sure you're responsible for them. You make sure that we know who's here. You tag everybody, and if you don't do this the way that we need you to do it, it's going to be taxes. You're going to probably get locked up. It's a lot of. I don't have the right verbiage for some of this, but you get where I'm going with this. If you follow along, I'm going to read section 4, 5, and 6, and then we're going to conclude. This is actually where I'm going to stop at, because there's a whole lot more. And be it further enacted that the circuit and district courts of the United States shall respectively have cognizance of all crimes and offenses against this act, and all marshals and other officers of the United States are required to execute all precepts and orders of the President of the United States issued in pursuance or by virtue of this act. And be it further enacted that it shall be lawful for any alien who may be ordered to be removed from the United States by virtue of this act, take with him such part of his goods, chattels, or other property as he may find convenient, and all property left in the United States by any alien who may be removed as aforesaid shall be and remain subject to his order and disposal in the same manner as if this act had not been passed. Section 6. And it shall be further enacted that this act shall continue and be in force for and during the term of 2 years from passing thereof. Jonathan Dayton, Speaker of the House of Representatives. That's a lot. This is a lot. If you're looking for a quick response or you want cliff notes, you're not going to get it. Not with this document. You're really going to have patience, and you're going to have to do your own digging and your own research to really understand how far this goes. The brother in the video, he gave you a summary. This looked like I haven't even scrolled all the way down. There's a lot of this, a lot of it. And if you really want to check this out for yourself, I advise you to go check it out for yourself. Maybe it will make you rethink the way that you treat your brothers and sisters. Maybe it'll make you rethink how you vote for people in your wards, your governors, your mayors, your city council. Maybe it'll start giving you a whole different perspective on how you carry yourself and represent yourself. Over $1 billion for 4 years. They paid out. The same people that they were basically shipping over, they just had different skin. They got reparations. We didn't. And apparently we can't. We don't have no rights for it. We there's no conversations. There's no rational reasons why we should get it. Sounds like bullshit to me. A whole lot of bullshit to me. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Do a Google research. Type it in when you get a day where you ain't distracted by social media or your spouse or your family or whatever. Take some time out, read up on your own if you don't believe it. This is for educational purpose only. It's kind of fucked up when you think about how much humans kind of be doing other humans dirty. We all born on the same soil, whether it's foreign or domestic. But we are the ones that screw each other over every time. And now you trying to tell me that back in 1798, we had a time where people actually were getting something for their troubles. And what you're saying to me is, oh, I'm sorry. And then we're just supposed to let that shit go. Right. I'm not. And I'm glad I came across that post. Hopefully, this opens up more conversations amongst you, amongst your peers, amongst your friends. Maybe we can get some more shares and some more reposts on the actual video or the discussion itself. Maybe there's someone here that knows a little bit more about this than I do, and you can expand upon it better than I did. I would love to see it. What's the point of giving out all these facts? What's the point of even mentioning it if we're not going to do nothing with it? I would rather listen to someone talk about this, what it did, the timestamps, the experiences. I would rather discuss this than to talk about Cardi B for 2-3 hours. I would rather learn more about this than to hear about P. Diddy trial. They robbed us. They killed us and told us to get over it. Not all of them are like this. I'm not even saying that. But they've been fucking us over way too long and way too much. And we're too intelligent of a race to allow this to continuously get little shine. We need to collectively come together, stop just trolling and angry posting, stop rage baiting and hating and being dismissive of people who are trying to do something positive and actually assist and help usher in a healthier atmosphere and climate for the loved ones that you say you got so much admiration and affect and respect for. Stop this. If you're going to be a part of it, be a part of it. Please. For the sake of just anything that's good left in this fucking world. Something has to give. A lot of times when I'm scrolling YouTube or like any of these apps, the first thing I ask myself, is this AI generated? Is this a real video? Or did somebody with a great mind meticulously fabricate and weave this content for the sole purposes of getting our attention off of what is important? create a story out of thin air and then get everybody to buzz around it so that they don't realize that the dangers and the real threat is actually right around the corner from you, but you're too busy looking over here when you should be looking over here. That's how I look at most of the videos and uploads on social media now. So as far as I'm concerned, once I did the actual digging for myself, and as you can see, I wasn't exaggerating, I wasn't lying, it's real. Now I'm really like, all right, I need more answers. I need to know how is it that you could do it then, but you can't do it now. I can't be the only one that's upset or angry or indignant of all this. Can't be. It's impossible. I follow these posts just as much as you guys do. There's a lot of intelligent brothers and sisters out here. I want to hear more from them. Come on up. Let's talk. Otherwise, we just allowing them to continuously get away with what they are doing. The question is, how much do you really care about any of this shit? How much do you care about what I just read? Do you care about the title? Do you care about the discussion? Do you care about reparations? Do you care that we continuously play ourselves every single day? If this means anything to you and you want to support this in any type of way, help me continue to push my messages out. Help me to bring these conversations to life. It's only but so much I can do on my own. I know with God, all things are possible, and I trust in that. I don't want to hear no more philosophical kumbaya stuff. Let's do the things that we say we feel and be about that camaraderie. If we want a future for our loved ones, if we want to have any chance of some civility and some normalcy out here on this planet, we got to do it ourselves. We got to care enough. We got to write the letters. We got to have the conversations. We got to share. We got to like. We got to repost. We have to challenge what they're saying. We have to stick together and stop fighting amongst each other. We got to stop being distracted. It's on us. I'm just going to continue to do my part until someone answers, until someone responds and answers. I thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you have a blessed Sunday. I hope you enjoy it. I hope your week is covered, that you're safe on the road, that this discussion changed something within you. Everything doesn't have to be demonic or sexual. Yeah. I know it's a lot. But if you didn't get a chance to see the video that I played, just run the stream back Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Rumble, Twitch, Kick. I'm pretty much on all streaming platforms that allows it. But if you want to rewatch this one, go to YouTube under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Spin back, and then it'll probably make sense to you what I was referring to or what I was talking about. Appreciate y'all for coming through and hanging out. God bless. Love you all. See you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. We return. New week.